I'm a warrior. I go to the core. I am Invictus. Nothing crushes me, nothing.
You can hold the outside this time, mate. Oh, Samansky binned it. No way. No way he didn't. Get on the marbles, mate. Get on the marbles, pal. Oh, no, 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 no. My throttle stuck. Oh, my God. Throttle stuck. Whoa, no, it's over. Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God, there's no way, bro. Bro, I swear to God, this can't be happening to me, bro.
Throw a punch at me, you could do. See if I can dodge it. Just my dodging skills, innit? Damn.
Yo, 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 inside. Man is there. And we are back. Hold on. My camera's been moved. I haven't got my lights turned up because I don't need to aggravate my eyes anymore from friggin'. Hold on, I'll turn up a little bit. I don't want to aggravate my eyes anymore from the hay fever that's been killing me. Let's see if I can reach it. Hold on. Alright, we'll go that bright. We'll go that bright. Can't go no brighter. Right. We're literally straight into a race as well. Straight in, no practice. Man like Merciless. "15 seconds, we almost got quali." I'm not even ready. Not even ready. I put my drink over here. Don't you worry, Merciless. We'll get our football talking, mate.
Locking enabled.
Wait. How much? Nah, this. I know this fuel is wrong. 14. There's no way. That's just. There's no way that's 2 laps, bro. Chatting crud. What have they put in? 19. Should I go back, put in a bit more?
Log building finished.
We'll do a little 19 vibes.
Locking enabled.
Listen, Merciless, I'm aware of all the so-called banter around Arsenal, but I'm afraid I'm repelling that, brother. You know what I mean? It's a good try, though. Right. You got a good enough setup anyway. I did this setup the other day, so. I mean, like the first 5. Yeah, but even that don't really do it, because, for instance, if you jump on this game at 1 in the morning, you're gonna have a very uncompetitive lobby, so you're gonna have clean space just to do what you want. If you're jumping on in the middle of the day or in the evening, people are gonna be fighting you left, right, and center. So it's gonna be a lot harder to get your lap time out, you know. So there's just no fair way to do it, apart from, like someone said, make qualifying be the leaderboards, because everyone does qualifying basically single player. That's the only real way. Or make it be your full race time, but even then, too many variables, man. Yo, GMD, what's going on, bro? Kaizy, how you doing, man? I'm good, brother. When I say hay fever has been wounding me, yeah, not in no competition though. That don't matter. In a competition, you can't have the race laps as like what decides who's done the fight. Like, it doesn't make any sense. When you're doing a competition for money, like, I don't know any other game that's done it like this. Hey, brother, listen, the stories I've got from the parade, man, funny as hell. Oh my God. Oh, bottle that. I went green, no way. You know what made me laugh about the parade is how much fans that don't actually support Arsenal were there, bro. I saw Benfica tops, Real Madrid tops. The thing is, daily rate, like the bronze lobbies will always be full anyway. But you look at McLaren Logitech, they do that esports event on every game. They've never done it like this before, which is kind of weird. Especially they left so many ways to exploit it. This has been an awful lap as well, you know? That was wide. And that was actually so bad. Turn one was awful as well. Oh my god. Yeah, they go crazy in Paris, man. Their fans don't play. One of my boys, he went out there, innit? He went to the game. He's like, them man are nuts. It's not been a good lap. Poor. That was actually poor. Yeah, there was 7 stabbings. Not really a surprise, because you got a lot of people that came down there that didn't come for no parade. They came for everything else.
Log building finished.
Carnival will always beat that. Carnival's nuts, bro. I've seen the craziest stuff at Carnival. I can't even lie to you. Yeah, like PSG fans, you have to remember they're ultras. And what my friend was saying is, like, the thing is with them, man, is they don't even drink like that. Like, they come for Arms House sober. You know what I mean? A lot of English fans, they get drunk, and then that's when you get all the Arms House and that. But these man come sober for Arms House, so they're fully coherent when man are getting decked. Okay.
Logging enabled.
Bro, at the parade, yeah, like, I went down there with Prenter, met my sister down there, met one of our other brethren down there, and then, bro, it was so ram, I can't even begin to tell you how packed it was, bro. Like, there was one point we got right by where the bus was going past. Yo, we had to move. We had to move, bro. Like, there was no breathing in that area at all. And then went back to Finchley Park, and there was this dude standing on top of one of the pillars, bro, but he was like throwing his clothes at people, like throwing his socks, throwing his shoes. So people just waiting for him to get down so they can beat him up. And then obviously he was drugged up or whatever. But when I say this guy, he's like 10 foot, 11 foot in the air, bro. 10 foot, 11 foot in the air in his boxers. And then he fell. He literally fell off this 11-foot pillar. Boom, hits the ground. These man just weighed him in, bro. They did not care about his safety, nothing. There's video of it on TikTok. Cause he ended up shitting himself. Like literally. Ended up shitting himself. Literally, if you type it on TikTok, you'll see it, bro. I've got video of when he was like stood on top of the pillars. But yeah, it was insane. I don't know what that guy was doing. But as soon as he fell and landed, bro, yo, they just weighed him in. Like, soon as.
Green flag, green flag.
That was a weird start. Yeah, it's not even close, in my opinion. Bro, there was literally dudes turning up in their Tottenham shirts at the Arsenal parade, bro. Because them man know where the vibes is at. Oh, what is going on? How are these man this slow? Bro, what the f... What's this guy doing, man? Bro, there's bad people that came down in Man United shirts. And for the most part, people will laugh it off or like do certain Arsenal chants, you know what I mean? But no one was weighing them in. Which I guarantee if you went to like a Tottenham parade, try wearing an Arsenal shirt and that, you're getting weighed in, bro. Yo, Zach. I'm not too bad, I'm decent, brother. Right, the BMW's got crazy virtual energy. It'll be interesting to see if I can make these tires last though. You qualified for VMS again. Nice.
205.98.
I should be able to get away because anytime I do this track, I always make sure I got full fuel in. Now I think it's only like, what is it, 70% fuel this race? What were they doing? Cooling down tires and that? Bro, it amazes me that the things people find to do for lap time, bro. Then again, no different from like iRacing and in them other games, there was always things you could do. Bro, people always find exploits, man. It's just, that's just sim racing for you. What, are they bringing that open map yet? So that's all I'm waiting for, bro. I ain't even really interested in nothing else anymore. Oh, look at me having a terrible corner. Fucking hell. To be fair, McWilliams is super quick. I think there's a handful of guys in this game that are like elite. And I don't even particularly even mean in qualifying pace. Race pace is where I think the main difference is between most people, bro. Obviously, these guys can bang out a crazy lap, but it's the race pace. That's what makes them insane. Did any of you guys watch the low fuel motorsport race last week, Thursday? Oh my God, last corner turn. The Corvette's good, but it's hard. It's a hard car to be faster than over a race. Now, I think the Corvette can get you towards the front of the grid in quali, but to hang on in the race is hard work. As of right now, the Lambo's very good. I know that much. But again, not that easy to extract all the lap time. Depending on how badly the pace drops off, I might change left-hand tires. Yo, Blue Zulu, how you doing, man?
Time 2:05.29.
That was wide. Lambo, a lot of understeer. I don't know, bro. I know for a fact McWilliam and them lot will be in the Lambo. And if you look at, like, they're pretty much on pole every single race. And once if they get away at the front, it's over. Whatever they've done to that Lambo, they've got it working extremely well. Yeah, the Mustang's good. You need good setups for them cars though, man. Have to make sure you spend time on your setup, bro. Can they compete with a Lambo? Boy, I don't know, bro. Not in McWilliams and them lot's hands. I don't know. The only person I've seen really compete with the Lambo is Sam Gaskell in the Lexus and Ribeiro in the Mustang. Everyone else on race pace, like in clean air, is getting smoked. I mean, Werrell did win at Bahrain with the Corvette, but that was just circumstances happened to fortune favor him at the start, you know. But if it was straight race pace, would have got smoked. But he did very well to win because he got out in front off of the start, you know. But yeah, it's very hard to compete against that Lambo, to be honest. But it's not, I don't feel like it's everyone in the Lambo. I just think it's particularly McWilliam and Blyer in the Lambo. Crazy. Whatever setup they got on, mental. Some of these men are fried, man. Oh my God. I'm getting overtaken with maximum violence, you know. I haven't watched the GT challenge yet, but I've seen the crash. Like, from what I saw with the crash, there was a Mercedes that was on the inside that just had to give it up, bro. You know what I mean? Just give it up. You're like 4 cars wide, still trying to hang on. You know what I mean? Yep, mental. And in real life as well, yeah, what I think's even worse is that you wait 2, 3, 4 weeks sometimes for this race just to get took out at turn 1. And then you're not racing again for another 3 weeks. It's not like on this, you get took out in one race, you can go do another one in half an hour. What are you doing? Alright, bro, no worries, man. Bro, these man cannot drive, bro. I'm watching them in my mirrors like, yo, these men are dangerous, you know. I need to go more ribbons on the brake bias now. Braking's getting harder. Oh my God. .8 seconds messing around with these lot. I swear F1's this weekend as well. Monaco, boring. Qualifying might be decent.
Lap 2, 7.41.
Yeah, Monaco's rubbish. I can't lie. To me, qualifying's the only like thing that's worth my time. If Ferrari can't win here, forget about it. If Ferrari cannot win at Monaco, bro, there's literally no straight line speed. Areas where they should be really realistically losing. Oh my God. They need to just scrap the track. That's what they really need to do. It's boring now. The cars are too big for Monaco anyway. Like, Monaco has not been exciting for years. I'm joking, plus 10 years at this point. And to be honest, I feel like that about a lot of tracks. Nearly. But certain man should have been stepping up to take penalties before Gabriel. That's all I'm saying. That's what I think anyway. Can't be no attacking player talking about you don't want to take penalty, bro. Oh my God. Thank you very much. Alright, let's get a clean lap. Let's see what the actual drop off of the tires actually is. Yeah, Madueke was shook for sure. Yep, I said the same thing at the time. Once Saka and Mosquera were booked on that side, Timber had to come on. Like there were certain things that I wasn't happy with, but it's things that I've already like noticed most of the season already, you know. Like not good enough in transition, in my opinion. When we got the chance to counter, and for me as well, the players on the pitch sometimes, a man need to speak up and realize what's going on around you. The moment Kvaratskhelia, Dembele, Vitinha went off, yo, you man, someone on that pitch is saying, yo, bro, now's the time. We need to attack these man. Their best players are gone. You know what I mean? You shouldn't need a manager to tell you that. You have to have some game sense yourself, you know? Yeah, I don't know why people, you know, people wasn't expecting us to. I don't even know why it's even a thing, you know? I'm gonna put new tires on the left hand side, bro. Why not? But look. The funny thing is, like, the banter, people trying to banter Arsenal after the final, I'm just laughing because to me it's obvious what it is, bro. These men are scared. They're so scared that we're going to do something that the moment we don't do something, it's out of relief. You know what I mean? Because no one can rely on their own clubs. Chelsea played PSG, got smoked. Liverpool played PSG, didn't score a goal. You know what I mean? Villa played PSG, got slapped. Let's have it right. If PSG could choose any team to play, we'd probably be the last team they would choose to play. That's what's making me laugh. There's certain teams that finish in 10th, teams fighting relegation and that, trying to banter us. It's like, bro, do you man remember the season you just had? I'll put it like this. Think about it this way, right? for instance, United literally lost the European final to Tottenham and received less backlash than what Arsenal were getting now. Work that one out. How you lose a final to Tottenham and get less banter than Arsenal, who actually played a good team? It makes zero sense, but I know where it's coming from. It don't matter if the tactics don't. And I'll quote Rio Ferdinand after you man got smoked by Barcelona 3-1 in the final. He said that Alex Ferguson got it wrong because he tried to go toe to toe with Barca, and you man end up getting smoked. You know what I mean? That was Rio Ferdinand after he retired, talking about that, was it 2013 final, whatever it was? Or 20, yeah, I can't remember the year, but you know the year when you got battered. That was Ferdinand's words himself. Fergie got it wrong. You know what I mean? We've already seen Chelsea try to go toe to toe with PSG. Them man conceded 8. You know what I mean? Bayern Munich try to go toe to toe. Them man conceded 6 or 7. Well, to be honest, it was working. It's easy to say too much respect now, but if we'd have went in there, go toe to toe, get beat, people would still be laughing. Then it would be, you man should have played on counter attack, should have played more defensive. So I know with Arsenal, it don't matter what we do, they're gonna find a way for it to not be deemed acceptable or good enough or whatever. There were things that we could have done better in the game, but acting like any of these man's clubs would have done anything against PSG is hilarious to me. Because let's be honest, Liverpool played PSG, them man tried, what happened? Didn't score a goal, 2-0 twice. Chelsea tried, that man conceded 8. Villa tried, they got smoked. And I don't remember Chelsea getting banned for losing 8-2 on aggregate. I don't remember that. Man said football won. Yeah, football also won the Premier League, mate. Remember that.
920, 7.89.
I tell you what, even if you could have put Man City in that final, they would have got ransacked, bro. City playing suicide high line against PSG, they would have got smoked. I mean, they already got smoked by Real Madrid, and Real Madrid ain't even that good right now. So I'm saying, who is out there that was really gonna stop PSG? Who? What the hell? Like, which one of you man's clubs are gonna stop PSG, bro? I'm curious. Oh, how did I keep getting this thing so high? Yeah, we were capable, but in the game plan that we had, that was our best line of attack. Remember, you man are forgetting, we played PSG last season, bro. We played more attacking, we lost 3-1. We created more chances, but we lost 3-1. You know what I mean? So, we have previous. Like, Arteta knows that football on football, they're better than us. They got better players, you know? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you guys can remember, but I remember when Inter Milan knocked out Barcelona out of the Champions League, and that Barcelona team was the Pep team. You know what I mean? Defensive masterclass by Inter. Knocked them out. You know what I mean? They sacrificed the things that they wanted to do to try and get the job done. And it worked. It wasn't easy, but it worked. I don't know what that guy's doing. Yo, guys, how you doing, bro? Right, we're in this lap. Yeah, but the point is, you man lost, bro. You lost to Spurs, fam. You lost to Spurs and didn't even get bantered the way how we're getting bantered, and we actually played a good team. You lost to a team that has finished 17th twice in a row and received no banter, but your fans are trying to banter ours. Make it make sense, bro, because it doesn't. Rubbish entry into the pits, didn't practice it, but oh well. Bruv, you say that, but when you get into the final and then you hold 4, you change your mind, bro. You would rather it, you taking the game to extra time and you're going to penalties, bro, rather than getting absolutely smashed in the final. Remember, Arsenal have been smashed in the final before, so I know what that feels like. Think about it, our game had way more jeopardy in our final than when you man played Barcelona, because you man were on the carousel the whole game. It was like the most one-sided final, bro. Even though you got equalised before half-time, but it never looked at any point like you was gonna win. And that was you lot giving it a go against a far superior team, you know what I mean? And that's why Ferdinand said Fergie got it wrong. For a one-off game, for a final against a team that is better than you, you know what I mean? You're supposed to try and get your tactics right, rather than think you're gonna outball the ballers, bro. It's not gonna happen. I remember when Newman went to Anfield and didn't give them enough respect, bro, and held 7. You know what I'm saying? That's where that Man United pride got you, man. The only thing I was disappointed with Arsenal is that when we had a chance to transition, we didn't. When they brought off their best players, that was the time when we should have been more attacking. Yo, Errol, how you doing, bro? Well, I think the problem is with Arsenal is we don't have enough men that take chances when they get, you know, that is the issue. That's the real issue. Arsenal can create opportunities, but 9 times out of 10, we miss them. We have players that miss the chances you think they should score and score the chances you think they're going to miss. And that's something that we've never really suffered with before. One thing Arsenal always had was good attacking players, bro. Like most of our attacking players, Madueke, Odegaard, Martinelli, Trossard, these are players that I would never have signed. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even really have signed Gyökeres, although I understand why we did, because there just wasn't really anything on the market at the time. You know? But the fact of the matter is, we won the league with a very substandard attack. So if anything, people should be more wary. Because we got players that, straight up to me, just never good enough. I'm saying, I think we're winning the league next season too, I can't lie. I can't wait to see what happens with this Man City and their 115 either. Nah, bro, these man know. Remember at the start of the season, we were trying to get rid of Martinelli and Trossard, bro. Yeah, but you had a chance for more silverware in that. So as far as I'm concerned, losing any final to Tottenham is way more banterable than anything else, bro. It's Tottenham. Fergie even said it. It's only Tottenham, bro. You man let them man beat you in a final. Tottenham. Look at them now. Fighting to stay alive in the Premier League. Look at them. You lost to that. Yeah, I don't think the field is that strong. This one. Glad I changed the tires though. Yeah, my point is though, you man get to erase that from your memory. You understand what I'm saying? You man can just say, yeah, no, that's important. Because people are not on your case how they're on ours. Remember, we've just won the league. But yet, people are trying to banter us like we finished 17th or something. And that's what makes me know, man, them really must be scared or something. They must be that scared of Arsenal getting it right. That means that they have to try and banter so hard. It's to the point where it's forced now. Man are winning no titles, no trophies, no nothing, trying to banter us. Some man ain't fought for a league in a decade, trying to banter us, you know. I haven't seen Man United fans talking about, yeah, but when we played PSG and we beat them, I'm like, what, 2019? These men are talking about matches in 2019 to try and verify levels, fam. It's funny to me. You man playing Forza, yeah? Should be ashamed of yourselves. I got way too much fuel. That might be AC Evo's competition still, Forza. I don't play racing games with no control pad, brother. Unless I'm doing GTA. Hay fever, it's just the worst thing in the world, I swear. Just why? Man said coming for LMU. Brother. It's not happening, bro. I'll be real. AC Evo can't even come for ACC. I'll be honest with you. Every time I've tried AC Evo, I try and find like, I'll jump in the car and try and notice the difference in handling between the cars, and you just can't feel no difference, bro. And I don't get that when you got bare different cars. You jump in the Ford Cosworth, the Ford Escort Cosworth, which is supposed to be, that car should be mental, got grip for days. I'm just like, bro. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind a bit of grip in that. But got road cars feeling like race cars, bro. Like every car's been designed by Adrian Newey or something. Just mad downforce. Man said cooking. Yeah, nah. Not for my taste, anyway. It's just like some people like Automobilista. I don't. So like I kind of lump AC Evo into that sort of category of game. Automobilista is not a competitor to LMU, or it wasn't really a competitor to ACC either. Different type of game. when you have these like real world remakes, it's just always gonna feel a bit more authentic than it's just a bunch of random cars. That's what made ACC so good, because it was based off of, you know, the actual GT Challenge. This is actually based off of World Endurance, so it's got a different feel to it, you know. Whereas AC Evo is just some random shit thrown together. Yeah, nah, brother.
Log building finished.
I can guarantee you that I ain't gonna be going over, mate. I'll play it, I'll have a go, but the way how, for me, when I play that game, the physics for me, not having it. Not having it, mate. If you look at Auto Ballista, tons of content, tons of tracks, tons of everything. But because I'm not a fan of the physics, I'll just never be on that game, bro. It will just never happen. That's why tires were going off so quick, man. Jesus, it was cooking. It was actually cooking. 205.1 wasn't a bad. I could have went quicker if I pushed it at the start, but you ain't got long to go fast. I know that much. Yeah, nah. They, to me, I feel like they just. It's like what was that game? Cyberpunk. When you mess up so many times, after a while, just don't care anymore. Do you know what I mean? Before, when the hype, like, there was so much hype around it, buzzing, couldn't wait, but they just messed up so much times. They just genuinely don't. I don't even check when the update's coming out, bro. Like, if you didn't tell me, I wouldn't even know. I never really rated him as a player. I'll be real. I don't think he was that good. He wasn't good enough to get into that squad. But he don't really get that much respect now. In my opinion. He just gets pure questions and pure, should Arsenal have done this, should Arsenal have done that? Or the way we play is horrible and yeah, bro. It's all funny, bro. My personal opinion. What did someone say on one of the Arsenal fans said something, and it's probably spot on. People don't hate the way Arsenal play, they hate the way Arsenal win. If Arsenal was finishing 6th and 7th playing like this, nobody would care. No, I reckon we'd probably be getting less banter than what we're getting now for actually winning. Or for actually competing. That's the mind tricks that people are trying to play, bro. I mean, if Arsenal were finishing 7th playing like this, nobody would care, bro. Now, Arteta won't get into that team as no sub. You know what I mean? Arteta, you got to think about it. Back then, Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, you had Fabregas, Xabi Alonso. You weren't getting in that team. Like, forget about it. Forget about it. David Silva. Forget about it. You know what it is like for me, when you watch like Talk Sport or whatever, Talk Sport have now turned into what they used to criticize. I remember when Talk Sport used to slag off AFTV, saying stuff like, AFTV they're just monetizing Arsenal's failure for money and all that stuff. Fast forward a few years, bro. TalkSport have hired half the football content creators from YouTube. They're doing the fan cams outside the stadiums after the games. You know what I mean? And what do? 24/7, they're always doing this banter, laughy, ha ha ha, everything's a joke. You know what I mean? Like, TalkSport is like they're trying to be relevant in the YouTube world. So now they've taken on this whole thing where everything's just about banter. I said, try it on the DD. I said, bro, listen. I don't think you understand, bro. What I tend to do with AC Evo is I uninstall it after I finish playing and then I reinstall it once an update comes out, bro. Like, I do not play that game if an update's not just come out. Other than that, it's just taking up space on my computer. Yeah, Gallas, bro. He needed to get sold right there and then after that. But, bro, I've seen mad eras of banter for Arsenal, bro. I've seen when we used to play the banging football and still get beat, and everyone would say that we're naive, not got enough grit, can't do it on a cold night at Stoke. All of that. You know what I mean? We went from playing champagne football all the way to people criticising us for being naive, to playing ugly football and winning, and criticising for being ugly and winning. You can't win, mate. When gold won, not for now, buddy. Not for now, buddy. Problem is, I don't do that much races, you know. I'm good, bro. How you doing? Where is it? Profile. I'm not gonna be gold one for a little while, actually. Let's have a little look. Rank breakdown. Oh shit. What am I doing? Where's the rank breakdown, bro? I only got 1 arrow for that. Bollocks. But I think I'm only a quarter way on silver 3, man. Yes, the thing is, like, don't get me wrong, everyone has a bit of banter. When someone loses to me, because I care about my own team, I'm not really that invested like that. Do you know what I mean? I'm just not that, like, when Chelsea got smashed by PSG, I didn't really care. Do you know what I mean? It's like, okay, they lost, they got beat, but whatever. I don't even know what race to do next. Another one of these is a bit mad. What else is coming up? Barcelona. This is another hour one as well, isn't it? You lot know that I cannot drive this track without crashing, so. We're not doing all of that. We're not doing all of that. Barca in 34 minutes. You might end up doing another pool of the cards, you know. It's closer. Might just do another pool. Who's signed up in the GT3 though, man? No one's really signed up in the GT3. I mean, I can maybe quali and try and start from pit lane. I don't know. Do a vid on the DD on AC. Yeah. Just not that interested in the game, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm just not interested in AC, bro. It doesn't interest me at all. I've been on there. I've done an online race. I feel like I've seen everything I need to see, and it's so far down the pecking order to me. It literally gets uninstalled, bro. I would rather jump on Race Room. As an example, I would rather jump on ACC than jump on AC Evo. So I'm just trying to give you a picture of how far down the pecking order I think that this game is. I'm gonna end up doing another one. Maybe I start from the pit lane. Pit lane start and that. I need to make a Lambo setup because this livery is just too good. Yes. That's a typical Arsenal attitude. Nah, man. It's not good enough. You know what I mean? It's just not interesting. Like what? Like what is there to interest me, bro? What? Like what? What am I going on there for? For what? To drive around by myself? Like what would I be going on there for, bro? Oh yeah. Before I forget, Tuesday we just won the last one. Yeah, man, we almost forgot, innit? We almost forgot. Almost forgot about that. Yeah, bro, I can't lie to you, lads. I cannot lie. This light in my face. I don't know if you got. I don't know how bad you guys get hay fever here, but I get hay fever like crazy bad, like to the point where I'll start getting like rashes around my eyes, on my lips, everything. Like I get hay fever bad. You know what I mean? This light. I might have to switch the camera off. I'm not even joking because my eyes are gonna start watering in a second. I'm not even gonna to see. It's been happening like it happens every day. My eyes will just start leaking, and obviously if I don't go in the bathroom and just keep rinsing my eyes out, I'm just in trouble the whole night. So I might end up switching off the camera because it's doing my head in already. Man said there's still early access. Listen, that's the thing. Early access is a great excuse, bro. But I need to see something that's interested me to say, oh yeah, I can see that for the future. Everything they're doing, the difference is with LMU, everything they were doing came with something they backed up with. They backed it up with the content. Kept backing it up. So it's like, okay, I can see the progression here. They've added this, they've added that. When I jump on AC Evo, bro, I'm just like, none of the stuff these men are bringing I care about. None of it. I mean, like, I don't, nothing they're bringing is making me like, oh, yeah, I can't wait to try this. Nothing. There's nothing that's got me excited. The only thing I was looking forward to was the open world thing, and that's got nothing to do with racing. But in racing terms, there is nothing I am looking forward to with AC Evo. Because even when I went online, the connection was awful. So I was just like, and I know it runs super hard on my computer. It's just, yeah, well, you know, just not that engrossing. You know what I mean? Alright, I'm gonna do quali. If this thing just keeps on killing my eyes, bro, can't deal with it. You know, in quali, yeah, I think I had a lap too much of quality fuel. You man are really sold on this AC Evo thing, innit? Not me, boy. You man are trying to make a Gran Turismo and try to tell you that it's realest simulation ever. Okay, buddy. This is what this is. And I believe AC Evo can be successful in a particular crowd. But, yeah. I don't know. If they have like a lot of competitions on it, people will play it for the competitions if it's got money in it, just like they played Rennsport. And Rennsport was crap, but you know, it was financially backed and there was big prizes, so people played it, but it never really had a community like that. I'ma say it right now, the biggest chance AC Evo has is to literally cut off the original AC. The fact that they like cut the servers off, bro. Cut the servers off on the original AC and give them people nowhere to go. You're gonna have to force them onto the game, because otherwise they're not gonna stop playing the original AC for AC Evo.
Logging enabled.
Because realistically, like, why would you? Now the fuse is a bit buggy, isn't it? Alright, George, I did an update on the VMS here. VNM. And I don't know, now when I brake, I can feel like the ABS pulling the car to one side. I don't feel like I had that before, still. I only, when did I update it? Was it yesterday? It said there was a little update, I did it. And ever since I did it, that's the sensation I get under the brakes now. Oh God. I don't use ABS either. What do you mean that you don't use ABS at all in the game? My eyes are starting to burn. Oh my God. Oh, telemetry effect. Yep, I've only got this lap. Yeah, I don't use the telemetry effect either, bro. Well, that was terrible. If this guy's fast, then we're not starting from the pit lane. And I'm turning off my camera because my eyes are killing me. Oh my God. Had to scrape that up. Alright, this is probably going to be second because that lap was awful. There's a few people in the 204s. Alright. Alright. I'm expecting to at least be on the front 2 rows.
Log building finished.
Use the Aston next race. This race is an hour, bro. They ain't finna be no next race. Do you know what? Boom. Alright. I'm sorry, lads. I gotta turn my camera off because this is. I'm gonna end up crashing. Pure eye water, sneezing and everything, man. Oh my days. Yeah, bro. Man was down there, bro. I'm not even lying. The parade was crazy. Crazy. I'll tell you a lot about it afterwards, innit? The parade was crazy. But hold on, I'll switch off my camera. It's just a bit, bro, I gotta turn this light off, man. It's too much. It's too much. Hold on. Yeah, I went, bro. Me, Prenter, our other boy Gucci was down there. My sister was down there. Bro, everyone was down there. Even what's his name? I swear Beckham's son was there as well. What's that female artist name? What's her name? Tyree Savage, whatever her name is. She was down there, bro. Everyone was there, bro. You get me? The vibes don't lie. I'm gonna do the 204-1. All right, you might have a bit of pace, shut up. You might have a bit of pace, brother. I'm still second. What? Let's scrap the pit lane and that. Scrap that. We got a little race on. Couple man in 204s. Cheese. I feel like, hold on, let's up this again. Because we could drive it with, actually, you know what? Let's be brave. Drive it with the downforce that I say it with. New tires. New tires. Hold on, let me go toilet quick.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
Back. We're back. Bro, I was right there by the KFC, bro. I filmed that and everything.
Locking enabled.
Have you seen the videos on TikTok of when the guy shit himself, yeah? I was right there as well.
Formation.
I saw him fall down. I saw everything. Last race, we took too much fuel at the pit stop. This race, we're going to be a bit more, on it with our fuel. He might get screwed over because of when it goes green.
Green flag, green flag.
Yep. Saw that coming. Well, lucky we didn't get no damage from that. Question is, who's going to be the first one to run out of tires? Second race, bro.
Time 2:17.76.
Bro, that Corvette's a rocket down the straight. Oh, he was good through there, to be fair to him. He was solid through the first sector. Wow. The acceleration is crazy.
That time was a 2:05.17.
Oh my god. Yeah, see, I've just, on that last update on this wheel, I've just noticed it, like when I brake, it's like, I don't know, like you can't steer for a second. Which probably means I just gotta improve the trail braking. But I noticed it like straight away. Nah, no Punterino, bro. It's been fairly clean. Bollocks. Oops. Yeah, there's a mandatory pit stop. Well, it's not mandatory, but we have to stop because don't have enough fuel. Good first corner. The car that actually worries me is the Porsche because it's definitely better on tires.
That time was a 2:04.98.
Let's see what happens with the drop off though. You know what it feels like? It feels like I got my brake pressure in the setup too high. That's what it feels like. Come back! Come back, brother! Oh, that Porsche's had an awful last sector.
Lap 2:05.98.
Alright, bro, no worries, man. Yeah, we're absolutely monstering that second curb. This guy's not hanging about. He's doing up purple first sectors, I can tell. That acceleration's just killing it, bro.
Lap 2:05.21.
Bro, he's so good in the first. It's through them tight corners he gains a bit. Gained a little bit back there.
That time was a 2:04.88.
Don't go anywhere. Why is he trying all hard and stuff? Well, what I want this guy to do, I want him to push his tires. I'm going to change tires at the pit stop. Uh-oh. Wasn't too bad, actually.
Time 2:05.75.
This might be bad, though. Didn't work out too bad. That was not ideal. Where I can, I'm trying to save just a bit of tire. The small lifts before the braking zone. Come on, bro. Come on, slipstream, slipstream. Come on, come on, come on. Oh my god. Oh, look, bro. Come on, man. Look at this guy. I bet he'll be the one guy that signed up in the LMP3 with no one else. Great, lost loads. Lost absolutely loads. Oh my god, turn.
Time 2:08.67.
Hurry up and get past, man. All these guys gonna get him on the straight as well. That might be GG's, bro. I can't lie. Yep, they all got him on the straight. Fantastic. Fantastic.
Time 2:05.73.
Oh. Yo, Richard, how you doing, bro? We saying getting old, yeah? That's what happens, bro. That's what happens when you go to a parade like the young folk. You're walking up and down for 7 hours straight.
That time was a 2:06.3.
Bro, how's it go so quick? It's such a pity that traffic split us up, man. Let me tell you who was having the time of their life in the parade, bro. The ticket men. Oh my God. If them man are on commission, yo. They were doing bits out there. It's a pity we're doing the same lap times and everything though. That parade was something else, mate. Buttocks. Locked up.
That time was a 2:05.64.
I've got nothing else apart from seeing if this guy doesn't change tires and his tires die, but it looks as if he's got good pace anyway. He's very consistent, to be fair. I think that lap was a 0.5 from me. The BMW's got good acceleration, but nothing compared to the Corvette, man. Man City. Man, I'm not worried about them, fam. Because apparently, now when Pep Guardiola was leaving, all of a sudden charity shields became trophies, fam. You get me? Charity shields became trophies when Pep was leaving. I got told they weren't proper trophies, innit? So. No, bro. What do you mean? Are you talking about Arsenal's or City's? Of course you take the inside, you pleb. Absolute waste, man. No? Last title winning side? Are you tripping? Why would it be the last title winning side? It's not like back in the day when all of our team was getting old and all of our best players were leaving. Yeah, that squad was a better squad, but football was different then, man. Like, we all live with nostalgia about the old times, but just go and have a look at some of the old school games and you realize what I'm talking about. Look how much space there is in midfield, bro. You know what I mean? That's why players felt like they had more identity. There was a lot more space to do what you wanted to do. Oh, look at this fucking idiot. Now football is all like systems, bro. So there ain't space no more. You know what I mean? You're not getting tons of space to run into and all that. Like, all that shit's over. That's why the Premier League's so much more competitive now, because there isn't really any teams that's going to give you a free game. If you think like back in the day, how many games you used to see when a team would get smoked like 5-6-0 in the Premier League? Like, that was kind of regular. Like, you don't even see that no more. Because back then, the crap teams didn't have no money. Now, in the football terms, like compared to the rest of Europe, every Premier League team has got money, bro. So I feel like it's not really a fair comparison. And if you look back then, look at some of the squads that United had, what Arsenal had, and look at their points total. Really, we used to lose and draw a lot of games. I mean, there was title winning sides winning titles on 81 points in that. 82 points. And although you can say like the squads were great back then, the quality of the league was not where it is today. And you only have to look at like English teams in all the European competitions are literally getting to the final every single year, bro. That was never the case back in the day. Like when the finances were not in a strong place, Premier League wasn't the top league in the world. It was like Italy, then Spain. You know what I mean? Premier League took over when the TV money took over. You gotta think, half of the players that come to the Premier League wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for the money, bro. And that's the God's honest truth. They don't like the food, they don't like the weather. But in terms of Arsenal, I see us getting stronger because it's not like our squad's perfect. It's not like we had a perfect season and everyone was firing. A lot of players have been poor this season. And like our attack is not firing, so there's a lot of improvements to make to our squad. That's why I'm laughing at people bantering us, and I'm thinking, bro, we just won the league with an attack that don't even work. Yeah, look, I don't even take a lot of that stuff seriously. Like what? Am I supposed to be upset that teams like West Ham and Crystal Palace are winning? I can't remember the trophy's called, bro. What's it, what's that trophy they won again? I don't even know if it's called properly, bro. Like, what, like, am I supposed to be upset they won that trophy or something? A trophy like a trophy that we're way too good to ever even be in. Like, we're never gonna be in that trophy, in that competition to win it. Yeah, the Conference Cup, whatever the fuck that is. I think France have got to be favourites, bro. I got a way better squad than anybody else. But I tell you what as well, you can't rule out the South American countries, because whenever the World Cup is not in Europe, they tend to do well. They tend to do better, at least, shall I say. Yeah, I only, you know what it is with England? I only really root for England when I like the players, bro. When I genuinely like the players that England have, then I'm like, yeah. But some of these men are just waste, man, so. Yeah, Neymar's in. Yeah, this guy definitely didn't change
Time
tires.
was a 2:37.15.
He's gained loads as well. I can understand even Tony in the sense of he's completely different. You know? Like if Harry Kane was to get injured, he can hold the ball up. Man like Ollie Watkins and them, man, ain't holding up no ball. They're just in behind and that's it. Yeah, I think Messi's in as well. Yeah, man trying to hold on to that Messi magic ball. But I feel like, for me, like with the South American countries, a lot of them have been Europeanized. Like, there's no more flair anymore. And that just comes down to, again, back down to modern football. I wonder how much I can get out of this guy's lead. Still doing 205s, which is decent. Yeah, Portugal taking Cristiano.
2.33.
But when I look at the squads, France is like overwhelmingly have the best squad, you know. Keep getting flipping lapped by these idiots, man, costing me time. What is it with these men costing me time and then driving into the pit lane, bro?
That time was a 2:05.42.
I can't stand some of these, man. I really can't. Would have taken maybe, but then Tony's a very good penalty taker as well, isn't it? Not that I realistically think that it matters, because I feel like in international football, you have to be technically very good. England are not technically good. You know, most teams are going to be playing pretty deep. There's not going to be a lot of space in behind. So that's why it's all the technical teams always win. And I've said it a bunch of times before. England, the Premier League is only strong because of the foreign influence, bro. If you go through most teams in England, their best player is not English. So well and good having the best league, but when it comes down to total football and that, footballing IQ and ability, England are still behind places like France and Spain and that. Expect the South American teams to be very good though, because it's almost on home soil, you know. So the traffic has not been friendly to me, man, this race. What do you think about Arsenal being linked with Morgan Rogers? I don't want Arsenal to get sucked into getting these Premier League hyped players, bro. Because before we sign guys like that, we need to first identify that Aston Villa and Arsenal not the same, bro. Okay. Yeah, maybe, but at the same time, if you're a football player, are you risking it going to Manchester City right now? You know what I mean? I know City want that Anderson from Forest and that, but are you risking going to City now? Knowing that they're supposed to be getting their verdict in the next 2 weeks. I'm not going to City right now. Pep's just gone. A lot of their players, like Bernardo Silva, gone. You know what I mean? Would I want to go there now? I don't know.
Lap 2:05.64.
All of a sudden, Liverpool sacking Slot makes them a threat again. Even so, they're still got to replace Salah. Now they got to replace Kanate. And it is a little bit of an aging team as well, you know. You don't think anything's gonna happen? I don't believe that at all. I think these men knew what was coming. That's what I think. Because there's no way they've got that much evidence against them and they've not done nothing. You know what I mean? There was less evidence against Chelsea, Everton and Forest, and them man all got done. And this is effectively worse because they're basically money laundering. You know what I mean? Hiding funds in that and all sorts of shit. So I reckon they're gonna get like a transfer ban. And they're gonna get a points deduction, bro. For sure. Nah. Let's have it right. Chelsea only owned up because they were gonna get caught anyway. Chelsea never owned up because they were trying to be so honest. All that shit was about to come out. So that's why they owned up. They didn't own up because they were just very honest. You know what I mean? They were it was gonna get exposed either way, so that's why they came forward. It's like the police are outside knocking your door, you know you stole something, and then you coming outside saying, officer, look, I stole this. That's what Chelsea basically did. But the fact that City have tried to tie it up in legal wranglings because unlike Nottingham Forest and Everton, City got the money. City got the money to do it. They've got the money to long it out, and that's why I believe they're gonna get a harsher punishment. Listen, let's be real. We'll see in a couple of weeks' time, yeah. But if they get punished, that they would have already known this before the end of the season. Ask me why the punishment was not brought out earlier during the season, and there's only one reason, and that is because there was a title fight, and they didn't want to lose money, lose viewership, because if City would have got punished during this season, people would have locked off the TVs because there would have been no more title fight. Everything would have been decided. That's the only reason why they've longed this out, because the Premier League was too busy monetizing this bullshit. But like, it doesn't, like, even the average fan, bro, it's not rocket science that City are up to no good. Like, if you look through the COVID years, they're basically saying City were making more money than Barcelona and Real Madrid and all these mega clubs. Like, cut it out, bro. Like, cut it out.
Log building finished.
We know there was literally no way on this planet City were making that much money to compete with the mega clubs. You know? Yeah, but they would have won. All that would have happened is they would have won the league, and then next season they would have the points deducted. You know what I mean? So they still would have had the feeling of winning the league, and that's why I'm saying, like, it's BS, bro. Because I have a feeling these men done knew City have been guilty for time, but because there was a championship race, and you know, everyone's eyes were locked in on the title battle. It's no different from like 2007 in F1 when McLaren got caught cheating. Really and truly, they all should have been banned. But because there was a title fight, F1 knew if they banned them, then people just gonna watch two Ferraris drive around at the front and racing nobody. You know, it's the same sort of thing. Like, to think about it, West Ham, Because if the reports are that City get a 60-point deduction, that means they would have been relegated this season. That means West Ham still would have been up. You know what I mean? But people are upset with Arsenal with a goal they deemed as not a foul when you got City over here doing God knows what. You know what I'm saying? Even Chelsea got off lightly, bro. You know what I mean? Chelsea realistically got off lightly. But for me, Pep gone, Pep's whole coaching staff gone, Bernardo Silva leaving. Who else is leaving? I swear someone else is leaving as well. Stones leaving. Like, brother, this is a mad time for Man City, bro, because no one knows what's gonna happen with these man. And I'm sorry, anyone who thinks Man City are not gonna take a considerable dip after losing someone like Pep don't know ball. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's BS though. It's BS, bro. You know what I mean? It's absolute BS. When you actually deep it and think about it, it's BS, bro. Because as far as I can, this is why I don't respect City, bro. The foundations that they have built their success on was illegal. No one else could do what they were doing. You know what I mean? And now the Premier League have got things in place to stop other teams from building and doing what Chelsea and Man City done. So how is that fair? How have you given Man City, Chelsea a leg up to be competitive teams, but then you're taking away the ladder for teams like Newcastle who have got the money? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't respect City, bro. I'm sorry. Don't respect them at all. I mean, back when these men would sign a player, it didn't work. And a year later, they'll spend another 50, 60 mil, same position, and just replace a guy. Like, other teams couldn't do that, bro. If you made a bad investment, you were going to have to survive for a couple of seasons with that bad investment. You know what I mean? So that's the difference. And then you look in the stands, and City can't fill out their stadium. You look at when City would play at Wembley, couldn't even fill out their section. Bare empty seats. But this team's supposed to be making more money than everybody else. Clearly doesn't make sense, bro. Clearly. But they want everyone to believe everything's above board. Like, nah, bro. Like, look at the pictures of the parade when City won the treble, yeah? Look at the pictures of that parade and contrast that with Arsenal's parade, and we just won a Prem. You know what I mean? Like, they're not, bro. City ain't no, they're players that they had on the pitch, that was a super team, but in terms of a club and all that, nah, bro, I don't respect them. Never have, never will. So if they hold a stiff penalty, bruv, I would love to see it. But it's whether the Premier League are ballsy enough to do it, innit? We shall see whether they're ballsy enough to do it. But it's funny how, like, these man they don't really get no. It just flies under the radar that these men could have literally just cheated their way to titles, bro. No one saying anything. It's just all good. It's all cool. No problemo in that. I mean, and some of their players have got the cheek to run mouth. It's like, bro, are you not okay? Like a sprinter taking performance enhancing drugs, beating you, and then telling you, yeah, you need to work harder. Like, what? Like, what we doing here? But we shall see. Next season, my prediction is this. I think Arsenal are winning the league again. Yes, I think we're winning the league again. We've got a young squad. We've already won the league with this squad, which I don't feel like's even amazing, innit? So I feel like we're winning it again. Second, I don't know the order, but I feel like United will be up there. Liverpool probably up there. Chelsea, I mean, again, Chelsea going to be doing the 1 game a week thing. They could be dangerous, I can't lie. If you look throughout their history, when a decent team plays 1 game a week, they normally have a good season. So I wouldn't be surprised if Chelsea in top 4 as well. But they're a financial mess. Like, that club's a mess, bro, in terms of transfers, all over the place. I mean, but for Arsenal, right, this has to be our time, bro. We're the only team that's got continuity. We've already won the league. We've got that off our backs. Average age of our squad is younger than most of our rivals. I don't see why not. We already know our defense is solid. Midfield solid enough. We add some attackers that are actually going to make a difference. And, I mean, this team accumulated 85 points, bro. With an attack that has not worked all season. So, and if you think seasons before, what was it? A couple of seasons ago, we accumulated 90 points. With basically a lot of the team that's still here, you know? So, I feel like, yeah, Rice was a good signing. There's a couple of like, we're linked with players and stuff. I don't want to see no Rafael Leao. I don't want to see him. Don't rate him. I'm not sure about Morgan Rogers, because I feel like Aston Villa and Arsenal is different, because a lot of the time, like for instance, like Grealish, like Grealish for Man City, bro. At Aston Villa, he was balling out. At Man City, he was stifled, and a lot of that was because 90% of the team City face are going to have 10 men behind the ball. So all that space that Grealish and Morgan Rogers was running into that for Aston Villa, you're not getting all that for Arsenal, mate. You're getting banks of 4 in front of, you know what I mean? So we need technical, intricate players that can beat people, pace, get round someone, commit them. Kind of like Doku for Man City. When teams are deep, you need someone who's quick and can commit players and draw players to create spaces, innit? We need a couple players up front and we're good. I feel like, yeah, bro, that the British tax on Rodgers, man, like, don't get me wrong, decent player, but not for us. I don't feel like that's not what we need, bro. We need technical, we need technical players in and around the box that can make the difference now. And we've got the money. Like, we're actually loaded right now, Arsenal. So we've got the dough. So we need to go out there and start spending. Spend on the right profile of players as well. Like, let's have it right. I like Trossard, but he can go. Martinelli can go. Havertz can go. Odegaard can go. Don't rate him. You know what I mean? If it was up to me, Madueke will go, but I know they're not going to sell him because they just bought him. But he can go as well. Jesus needs to go. So we're talking about 6 players that I think could go. Realistically, it's probably only going to be 4, you know? You know who I would take? A brother called Antonio Nusa. I would take him on the left-hand side all day. It was a shock, but he's a Hansi Flick type of player, bro, to be honest. Hansi Flick like the man with pace that run around the pitch erratically, innit? That's Anthony Gordon. And Anthony Gordon, he will trap back. Yeah, Nusa's hard. I like his profile of player. He's quick. He's not small. You know what I mean? He's got good trickery. Looks like he can finish. He's more of a threat. Because we need someone who just takes the concentration off of Saka side. We need a threat on both sides of the pitch, bro. And Arsenal never used to have to worry about left-hand sided attackers. We were good for years, bro. From back in the day, from Overmars, Perez, Reyes, you know what I mean? Flipping Sanchez. We've always had good left-sided attackers, and it just died all of a sudden. Yeah, we need some, even to me, even in attacking midfield, we need someone who is technically gifted, someone who can spot a pass, because I feel like when Arsenal get the ball in midfield, there's not enough balls fed through for runs. I don't believe Gyökeres is the greatest striker in the world, but a lot of times this season, I will see the guy making runs and the pass just never comes because these men don't believe they can thread the ball through. You know what I mean? And we need that. We need someone who can thread that pass through and let him get on the chance of some. Because how many times is Gyökeres really one-on-one? You know, he doesn't really get them sort of opportunities with us. And that's because no one threads the ball through. And Saka always cuts in. You know what I mean? So, and more times Saka cuts in, he cuts in to shoot. The only time Saka goes on the outside and cuts the ball across, we normally get a chance out of it. But he hardly ever does it. Yeah, that, bro. And that's the thing. Because of that season, everyone thinks Odegaard's a baller. Well, I just think that's just a good season. But the majority of the time, Odegaard's been average. So, to me, he's average. Until your regular form is better, is like, how can I put it? If your regular form outweighs your best ever form, then your regular form is who you really are to me. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't show me no great season and don't show me nothing else, because to me, you're not that guy. You just had a good season, innit? Yeah, bro. Everyone knows, bro. I don't rate Odegaard. I've been saying this for ages. I don't rate Odegaard like that. I never have. You know? Because to me, he does the simple things too slow. Slows down the game a lot. Yeah, just nah. I mean, everyone was defending in the final. And I actually don't... I think Kai Havertz should have came off before Odegaard, to be perfectly honest. You know? But, you know, with the substitutions that we made, we basically took off all of our penalty takers, so... I felt like in that final, right, because let's have it right, PSG, they're a better team than Arsenal. They play better football, they got better attackers, they're more dangerous than us, so I knew what the game plan was going to be. I knew we were going to try and just stop him. I suppose I could put my camera back on because I'm not driving anymore, so hold on. Let me put the camera back on, lads. Yeah, so like, for me, in the final, I knew that Arsenal would be going just all out defensive. I knew that was going to be the case. It was the only real smart game plan. But I tell you when Arsenal missed the trick. For me, Arsenal missed the trick. Once Kvaratskhelia, Dembele and Vitinha came off, bro, that you've got to go for it then, bro. They're three most influential players. I'm not going to say best players because they got Hakimi, they got other players that are quality, right? But the three players that really make them tick, once they were gone, bro, yo, you got to attack these guys, man. You got to. I mean, that was the only time. Before that, I was happy with the game plan because I understood it, you know? To me, Saka was injured for a lot of the season, so a lot of Arsenal players are going to the World Cup. There's going to be a lot of burnt-out players starting next season. That's why the squad is going to be so important. By the end of next season, players are going to be finished. So it's going to be important to have that big squad, man. Yeah, but see, this is the difference between in-game intelligence, yeah? So, to me, I know a lot of people blame Arteta, but I feel like a lot of the PSG players, they have in-game intelligence. They can identify when something's happening, so they don't actually need to be told. So once Barcola comes on, you know that our backline's tired. Let's just use his pace now. We don't have to keep playing intricate football. Now, let's keep aiming at Barcola, getting him in behind. Simple. Martinelli comes on, Arsenal's game plan doesn't change. Instead of them using his pace to get in behind, no change. And that's the issue. When Arsenal make substitutions, our style, our game plan, nothing changes. So nothing really happens. You know what I mean? You don't understand Arteta's game plan. Arteta's game plan was simple, mate. You know what I mean? Frustrate Paris Saint-Germain. If you can get a goal early, you know what I mean? Force it so last 10 minutes of the game, they got to start throwing people forward and leaving spaces in behind and try and counter. That's the game plan, bro. Yeah, everyone's going to be fried, but mostly what? Declan Rice, Saka, those are going to be the main players that's going to be playing. I guess Saliba's probably going to be fried. Gabriel might be fried, but some of these teams might get knocked out early in it, so. Yeah, that was the game plan. And like I said to Merciless earlier, yeah, remember when Manchester United played Barcelona in the final and Barcelona just bought them off the pitch left to right, and then after when Ferdinand retired, he said it was a mistake that Fergie tried to set them up to go toe to toe. It was a mistake because we were never gonna outplay them. You know what I mean? We should have set up to frustrate them and catch them on the counter. That's literally what Ferdinand said. It was a mistake because they everyone knows Barca at that time were just a way better footballing team. So you were never gonna beat them at playing ball. You know. And if you look at that Barcelona team, which in my opinion is still the best club side ever, that Barca team, best club side ever in my opinion. But if you look at the games where Barcelona genuinely struggled, it was the teams that parked the bus and countered, bro. They struggled every time they played Chelsea, literally every time. They struggled when they played Inter Milan. You know what I mean? But as soon as teams like, remember when they would play Arsenal, it was a field day. Because Arsenal were trying to open up and try and play football. And they end up getting smashed. You know? Yeah, we can, but it's the thing. If you've been watching Arsenal all season, like I knew that our forward line is no fluidity. It doesn't gel. So a lot of the time, when Arsenal run a counter attack, we choose the wrong passes. The players don't make the right runs. It doesn't gel. So for most of the season, Arsenal have leaned on how good they are defensively. Do you know what I mean? And that's the reality. Because the front line totally doesn't gel, they have to lean on midfield and defense. And it worked for them. They won the Premier League. So that's what's been drilled into their head. And I feel like Arteta knows that the front line doesn't gel. That's why I feel like he doesn't trust them like that. If you look at a few seasons ago when we were playing the champagne football, all right, we were playing nice football, all of that good stuff. But when we would have those really important opportunities, we had players like Jesus, like Havertz, that when you've got that one opportunity, they miss, bro. You know what I mean? And that's what stops us from getting over. That's what stopped us from getting over the line. It wasn't the fact that we weren't playing good football in the past, like 2 seasons ago. It was the fact that when we got those opportunities, sometimes you only get 2 real big ones in a really tight game. These guys miss. And that's it. Arteta stopped trusting these guys and said, okay, we're going to lean on the defense. And it worked in the Prem. And if you don't believe me, go back and look at some of the big games we had. For instance, look at last season when we played PSG. Look at the misses these guys were having, bro. Look at the misses these guys were having. 1-on-1 with Donnarumma, Trossard, miss. You know what I mean? Like this is the point I'm making. That's why Arteta switched it up. Because he knows deep down, these man, none of these guys are prolific. None of them. Saka was, but Saka got identified as the main threat for a couple of seasons now. So everyone just bombards the guy. Because they know, stop Saka, you stopped Arsenal's attack. Yeah, we need a massive transfer window, not only with just attacking players, but it needs to gel with the rest of the team. It needs to gel with the rest of the team, bro. Because when you have attacking players that can make the difference, you start to trust them more. You know what I mean? That's why City will play a high line and stuff, because they trust that Haaland's going to get one chance and bang. You know? PSG know they have 3 forward players that can all put the ball in the back of the net. You know what I mean? So I think that's the difference. And what I do like about Arteta is, okay, he identified that the attacking line doesn't work. If you look at like Hansi Flick for Barcelona, I know they won the league and stuff, but if you look at the way they've exited Europe last couple of seasons, man had a forward line that can get snuffed out when teams play deep, but he didn't accept that and still kept playing high line. And then they just end up getting exposed, you know? Yeah, Barcola, I like Barcola, but to me, I don't feel like he's prolific in it. I feel like he's got pace, he's dangerous, but he's not prolific, you know? But he fits the PSG system because when he comes on the wing, he's got pace to leave people behind. It's a very good team to watch. And when I was watching the game, I was saying, if you look at PSG players, yeah, look at their. I was watching their movement off the. I wasn't even watching the ball. I was watching everything that was happening off the ball, like the movement, interchange. You know. Yeah, but Martinelli. The thing is with Barcola, for me at least, he can get his head up. Martinelli literally runs with his head down. If you run with your head down, you can't see nothing that's going on. You know? Yeah, that's how I feel about Arsenal players, man. Most of these guys can't finish. It's so bad with Arsenal that most of the players can't strike a ball well. Like Madueke cannot strike the ball well. You know what I mean? And it's like, bro, these guys get 25 yards out. Most of these guys wouldn't even think about having a shot. You know what I mean? To think we replaced Zubimendi, we replaced Thomas Partey with Zubimendi. Oh my God. That hurts me every time I think about it, bro. Partey levels above Zubimendi, I can't lie. But again, Madueke was a player, in my opinion, we should have never have signed. I know Havertz scored in the final, but he's another player we should never have signed. These are not prolific players, bro. When you get to the top teams in the world and the teams that have done well in Europe over the last 10 years, they all have something in common. They have an absolute killer up front. Now, for me, like, when we bought Zubi, you have to understand, I was expecting Fabregas reborn, fam. I didn't get that. Fabregas is light years ahead of this guy. Bro, Fabregas is one of my favorite ever players for Arsenal. Promise you. I mean, I was expecting Fabregas to be on that level. Nope, nowhere near. Nowhere near. And to me, I like Antonio Nusa. I mean, he reminds me of Doué a little bit. I take Antonio Nusa. There's that Yildiz guy from Juventus who I feel like is a decent player as well. Yeah, I'm Zubi. I'm not being. Yeah, Zubi's not. He's not done anything for me personally. When I watch him, I'm just like, I don't get it. Genuinely, because I feel like even Marino He's not really great at anything, but I feel like Marino has more of an effect on the game than Zubimendi, bro. Zubimendi comes on, we just go sideways and backwards. Nah. Nah. I can't lie. Arsenal sign us next season. I say we sign Nkape permanently because he's been good for us. I'm sorry, bro. I'll sell Odegaard, man. I'd sell Odegaard. I'm sorry. He needs to go. Martinelli, go. Trossard, go. I'll get rid of Havertz, bro. I'm sorry. You lot did your thing. And as bad as it sounds, I would sell Madueke, bro. Like, I don't care. We tried it, didn't work, get him out. Sell him. Now, I like Antonio Nusa, as I said. I like that Yildiz from Juventus. Who else would I go for? Who else do I like as a player? There's that Mateus Fernandes from West Ham, good player. I know, bro. We can never get rid of guys. It's actually insane. It's because we give them crazy contracts, man. And then these guys, they don't want to go. I think Ben White will go. I think Ben White will go, for real. I'm thinking, who else? Yeah, I like Mateus Fernandes in midfield. I like Antonio Nusa. I like Yildiz. Who else do I like? I don't think Arsenal are gonna be. I don't think Arsenal are gonna be getting Alvarez. I think Barca have got him, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's not really a lot of great attacking talent that's not already established at a team. That's why the only guy that I've seen that I genuinely like is that Antonio Nusa. That's the only guy. Yeah, 50 mil, bro. These men are going to be willing to spend 80, 90 mil on Morgan Rogers, mate. So we can spend that 50 plus mil. We got a lot of money to spend this season. We can spend that 50 mil. I'll take Nusa, 55 mil all day. We spent 70 on Madueke. Do you know what I mean? We spent 70 on Madueke. Like, let's not forget that. Waste of money. Like, that's what we can't afford to do. We cannot afford to waste money on guys that are not good enough to make a difference. I like Krupi from Bournemouth, but I know he's gonna cost dough. But Krupi's another, bro. French players right now are killing it, bro. Bro, that French team, telling you, is nuts. You see when PSG signed Kvaratskhelia, yeah, I was like, bro, I swear these guys, how much you signing for? Like 60 mil. I was like, how can we let this guy go? And then we just bought, who did we buy at the time? We wasted money on Madueke. And Kvaratskhelia was available. And we bought Madueke. Oh my God, bro. It makes me sick when I think about it. It actually does, bro. Yeah, Krupi's a baller, man. He is quality. Nah, we don't need Konate. That's what I think. France are definitely favourites, man. The forward attacking lineup is, you've probably got too many right now. Again, it's like when City bought Haaland for 60 mil? Like, how have you got Haaland for 60 mil? You know what I mean? It's a joke. To be honest, when did we get Ozil? We bought someone in January that was a big signing one time. Was it Aubameyang? I can't remember. It was like Aubameyang or someone who we got in January. I can't remember, bro. But Arsenal needs to stop getting ripped off with some of these. I don't care. I don't want to see us going to buy anyone from Chelsea again. Like, forget about it. Stop going there. Stop shopping at Chelsea. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. For me, I take Noosa. Can't lie. I know you shouldn't watch YouTube highlights and stuff. I like the profile of the player. Whenever I watch those someone's best highlights, all I look at is end product, bro. I don't look at nothing else. I look at the passes, I look at the through balls, I look at the vision. I don't care so much about how he scored the goals and all that. I look at the vision, bro. Like, what else you bring into the team? Yeah. Arsenal don't make many signings in January, to be honest. Even when we need him, you know. But what's the France squad? They got Mbappe, they got Elise, they got Dembele, they got Krupi, they got Barcola. Bro, that's just nuts, bro. Did Griezmann make the squad as well? Did Griezmann make French squad? I should look at the French squad, you know. We can have a little look. See who we reckon. The only thing I can say is I know a lot of South American teams will be pretty strong just because it's not in Europe. It's been that way for like forever. Apart from when it was in South Africa. Griezmann's not in. Damn. Let's look at the French squad. Bro, they got such a mad squad. It's crazy. It reminds me of like how good Spain were back in the day. Oh, they got Turkey and everything, bro. That's mad. Doué. Oh my god. Yo, this team. Oh, that Noosa guy's in the same group, innit? He's in the same group because you got Norway. Nah, this team is. Kante still play? Nah, bro. Yeah, nah, these man, they've won the World Cup. I can't lie. They've won the World Cup, bro. It's over. Digna. Gusto gets in. What? Yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe Saliba, Kanate, Kunde, La Cruz, Upamecano. I think the defense is probably the weakest part of their squad, to be honest. Everything else is just cracked, bro. Kante's still going. Kante is such a baller, I'm sorry. Tchouaméni, Zaire Emery, Rabiot, Kone. Who's this, bro? I don't know who this player is. Alacouche, is that how I say it? Barcola, Cherki, Dembele, Doué, Mateta's in there, Mbappe, Elise, Marcus Thuram. I don't rate Marcus Thuram. I rate his dad, but I don't rate him. Nah, Soloff is a bum. Get that guy over. This might be interesting, but I want to see what Noosa's saying against. Noosa reminds me of Doué a little bit. But yeah, that forward line is mad. They've got so many they can't even get that all in. They can't even get that all in. You could say they're a little bit thin in midfield if they get any injuries in the World Cup. They're a little bit thin in midfield, but again, you know, you can probably drop Rayan Cherki in midfield if you absolutely had to. You know what I mean? If you had to, you can drop Cherki into as an attacking midfielder. So interesting. Has this got team? Let's look at some of the other squads. Let's see what Argentina's squad's saying. They are the holders. How do I find the squad? Bro, Messi headline star-studded Argentina squad. All right. Let's see what this squad's saying. Emi Martinez. Doesn't really matter about the rest. Molina, Montiel, Christian Romero. Otamendi still playing. Damn. Lisandro Martinez, Tagliafico, Medina. Okay. Leandro Paredes, McAllister, DePaul, Lo Celso. Giovanni Lo Celso. Bro, I've seen this name for ages, bro. Lo Celso gets in. What? Ezquel Palacios, Enzo Fernandez, Valentin Barco. Don't know him. Messi's in. Alvarez, Lautaro Martinez, Thiago Almada, Nicolas Paz, Nicolas Gonzalez, Giuliano Simeone, and Lopez. I mean, there's some unknowns in there, isn't it? There's a lot of unknowns in that squad. Alright, let's have a look. Who else do I think may be dangerous? So, they're not here. My team that I used to love supporting in the World Cup was Chile. I used to love watching Chile play, but that era's gone, man. That era has gone. Do you know what? Yeah, bro, when I look at a lot of these teams, bro, these men are getting smashed, I can't lie. Half of these men are getting absolutely cooked. Like, when you look at genuine World Cup threats to win, yeah, Argentina, for me, obviously France. I don't even think Germany are that good anymore. Let's have a look. Where's the squad at? See all. Well, bro, I'm trying to. Bro, where's the German squad, bro? Damn. Are we not? They're not telling us what the squad is, bro. Give us the squad. Just want the squad, bro. Oh, great. Man said surely Ghana favourites. Them man are gonna get knocked out in group stage, brother. Can't lie. I ain't even looked at the groups. I've almost, yeah, I've kind of lost my love for the World Cup because, as I said, I feel like it's been so Europeanized that you don't get that feeling when like Brazil are playing anymore. You know what I mean? Brazil just play like another European team now. You know, that flair's gone, the bravado's gone. It's just all the football's just mad structured, isn't it? First game of the tournament. No, wait, hold on. Wait, the World Cup starts soon, bro. What? 10 days? World Cup starts in 10 days, bro. No way. First game, Mexico versus South Africa. I might have to support South Africa for this one, you know, just for the Amapiano. You get me? Just for the vibes and the Amapiano, I might have to. They're probably going to get smoked because Mexico playing in Mexico City and the altitude's probably going to be a bit mad, but Korea versus Czech Republic and Canada versus, oh my God, bro, these games are diabolical. I ain't trying to. Canada might be alright, but these games are boring, bro. Is that 3 in the morning? Are you okay? Or what? 3 in the afternoon? What? Is this our time or what? This is definitely not 8 o'clock UK. Actually, maybe it is. It is. I think, yeah, this is 3 in the morning, isn't it? 3 a.m. Damn. Ain't no one gonna be watching that game anyway, bro. Ain't no one watching this game anyway, brother. Wait, when did the kids break up? Because how are you, man, having World Cup when you're supposed to do World Cup in summer holidays, man? Come on. Canada and Bosnia, and then USA versus Paraguay in Los Angeles. 2 a.m. Saturday. That's Saturday night, so we can rock that. Qatar against Switzerland. Got no interest in that game. Not watching it. And at 11, Brazil versus Morocco. So no big hitters playing early, bro. Sunday. Haiti versus Scotland. Bravo. I can't think of a more unwatchable game. And then I stroll down to see Australia versus Turkey. Australia finna get smoked. Turkey got players, bro. Who the hell is Caracau? Who are they? Where Caracau from, bro? Are these the man that beat Jamaica? Are these the man that beat Jamaica, bro? Germany versus it could have been, bro. It could have been vibes, bro, if Jamaica was in the World Cup. England's first game. Yeah, we have to wait a while for England, isn't it? World Cup first. Netherlands. So Monday. Ivory Coast versus Ecuador. Sweden. Spain. Is that Cape Verde? Well, they're getting absolutely smoked. Belgium, Egypt, Saudi, Uruguay, Iran, New Zealand, France, Senegal. Yo, that's quite a tough game compared to all the other big teams, you know. Argentina, Algeria. Bro, England they're playing. England's first game's Croatia. Yo. We know England don't do well against Croatia. I can't lie. I can see them drawing or losing that one. I'll be honest with you. Look how they changed up the times, making the times acceptable for the English. 9 o'clock in that. Bollocks. And then you got Argentina playing at 2 o'clock in the morning and that. Rude. There's a lot of games I don't care about. Austria versus Jordan. What? Uzbekistan versus Colombia. Canada versus Qatar. Leave that out, mate. Alright. Basically, what we're saying is we're not really getting any good games to the knockout, bro, because most of these games are chalked, bro. I mean, let me know when something's going on. How about that? Portugal versus Uzbekistan. Yeah, I'm not cut out for this, bro. Colombia versus Congo DR. Scotland versus Brazil. Okay. A little World Cup 98 rematch. Yeah, there's some bummy games on, bro. Absolutely bummy. All these games right here. Cape Verde versus Saudi Arabia. I guarantee not a single one of you lot are watching this match. No one. 1 in the morning. Nah. Uruguay versus Spain, though. They got the cheek to put this on at the same time. This match will not be envisaged by anybody. Alright. Well, we'll see. Ghana, Panama, you know, bro. I'm not going to be really invested until the knockout stages because a lot of these games just look a bit. You know what I mean? A lot of these games just there's not a lot of great games on, is there? So we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, lads, I'll be back on Wednesday. I haven't even seen what tracks we're doing. I haven't seen what tracks are on. Is it in my it's not even in my general track, bro. Let me go to LMU, see what they're saying. 2nd of June. Have a little look, see. McLaren G Challenge at Sebring. Fuji Classic fixed. Interlagos LMGT3 Sprint Open setup. Qatar, Fuji again. Le Mans, Imola, Portimao. And the weekly races at Paul Ricard. 100-minute races open setup. Okay, and the other one is Le Mans again. Okay. We will be at Interlagos. We will be there. I think I've done Interlagos once on this new reel, so we'll see. But anyway, lads, appreciate you guys stopping by and that. I'm gonna bust out. I'll catch you guys in a bit, man. Peace.